Here we are with Susan Rodriguez, who was at the Woodstock Festival in 1969 up in New York. And we're just going to ask you some questions about it because we understand you were only 15 years old and you got in with these bunch of hippies and you were actually from Boston. How did you get from Boston to New York?
Well, my friends came over one afternoon and said, hey, you want to go to a music festival? And I was all about that. So we all hopped in the van and left.
And how many people were in the van?
It was 8 of us.
8 of us in the van. And did you take provisions like water or anything?
Not really, just a lot of wine.
A lot of wine? And was there a lot of smoke going on in those days?
Yeah.
And then you get there early, basically. You got more or less got there before everybody else.
We did.
And you got a good area to seat in.
Got to walk around and see things being set up. And
one of the things about you specifically was you were actually in the movie and you were the blonde girl holding the flower.
That's right. My friends call me a flower.
Yeah. And we're gonna take a look at that little scene now.
Okay. Okay, here I am. Got my daisy and I'm dancing.
Probably, I don't know how many of them even got here. No, this was paid for by all the people that brought it. Why do you say that?
Okay, here I am.
Right there.
Right here. Keep your eyes on the balloon. I'm right next to it.
All right, we just looked at the picture of you being in. Do you remember them filming you like that?
No. No, I was just dancing and getting into it.
Now you got there the first day. What actually happened the first day?
I remember being with my friends and just walking around. It wasn't packed at that point. And just watching people, watching everybody doing different things, watching the bands starting to come in on helicopter, the sets going up.
And what did you do at night, the first night?
At night, we just partied.
Yeah,
Partied, it was just, everybody felt love and peace. And
all my uncles were all military, and I went to the military when I was 17. I was brought up with a different frame of mind, and you were brought up with a different frame of mind. Do you believe in the peace thing back then?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and I think it still lives today with a lot of people.
Yeah. What is your biggest memory of Woodstock?
My biggest memory is the unity and what it left me with. It left me with something that I wanted to instill in my kids.
And when you tell people you were in Woodstock, how do they react to you?
Oh my God, you're a hippie!
Tell us about the first night.
Okay, the first night I remember, there were a lot of people there, things were starting to happen, and the group I was with, we started to split up and kind of go different ways, and I think the biggest thing I remember is there was nothing to be afraid of. I was with people and they felt like family. Everybody was watching out for everybody. If you really needed to find your friends, they would announce it on the stage.
Now, all these people that you were hanging around with were older than you. What do you think about that?
Well, like I said, it all felt like one giant family. There were babies, there were children, early teens as I was, and everybody just watched each other, took care of each other. It didn't matter if you didn't know who you were with or who was next to you. Everyone made sure your needs were met. And that included the staff, the police. There was nothing to hide from. Everything was just great. Everything was perfect.
Was the law bothering anybody because of nudity or anything like that?
Nothing.
No?
Nothing. It was just so different than it is now.
And what did you find the most surprising?
The most surprising thing I think I remember was nothing mattered. It was so overwhelming with the love and the care and one giant family. It was like we were just all in it together, and so it wouldn't have mattered if it snowed. We would have dealt with it and taken care of whoever needed it the most.
Okay, tell us about the second day.
Well, during the second day, everything was happening, the bands were playing, it was just going on, and then the rain came.
Right.
And the rain came, and everyone dealt with it. We all got under plastic.
Where did the plastic come
I
from?
have no idea.
Yeah.
Perhaps the helicopters dropped it. They were dropping blankets and flowers. But we were all under the plastic until the rain went away. Other people were playing and sliding in the mud and making a good time while the bands were unable to play due to the rain.
Yeah.
And things just continued.
And did you feel like you were running out of food?
Never.
No?
It didn't really matter.
Yeah.
We were just, that wasn't an issue.
That was an issue. And then you came into that night, right?
And during that last night,
yeah.
it just continued through the night, you know. The rain had stopped, everybody was drying off, and the music just,
Kept going.
it just, yep.
Who was your most memorable performer?
No.
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix and Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Right.
Yeah.
And you stayed late Monday, and watched Hendrix, you said?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Incredible.
Yeah. And it was emptying it out by then.
Well, I wouldn't say emptying, but you could tell the move was happening.
Right.
You know, I don't know how long it took to empty out, but
Right.
you could feel that things were wrapping up.
Wrapping up. And then you went down to your van.
We went to the van, and finally we made our way out. I don't know if it was Monday night or Tuesday,
Right.
and started our journey home.
Yeah.
And it was kind of sad.
And you watched it on the news after that. What was your feeling, or would anybody ask you questions?
No, but I just knew that I'd become a different person from it.
Yeah.
You know, and today I know that. I can see it, feel it. I can see myself teaching my children things
Yeah.
in that nature.
So are we still a hippie after all this
Oh yeah,
time?
yeah, a reformed one by looks.